Hey everyone, I'm back with another gameplay video. It's been a couple of weeks since I posted my last video. I've been playing some other decks, trying some different things out, but coming back to just the stock kind of shelved with Domain Zoo. DakVaden07 recently was doing a lot of testing with this list, and this is the 75 he settled on, so I'm going to try giving it a shot. Looking at our main deck here, we've got kind of the usual shell of cards. For Domain Zoo, we've got our 1-mana threats with Ragavan Nacatl. We've got our cheap interactions, WD, Bolt, Tribal Flames, Binding, and then we've got our 2-drops. So right now in this list, we've got 10 kind of 2-drops that turn on SWD, and I think that's actually like a pretty good minimum number. That just will make it more consistent to be able to have Ferocious here, which is obviously what you want to do with this card. So we've got 2 Brawlers, and then we're playing 3 Orcish Bowmasters. I have tested 4 Bowmaster, and this is what Dak settled on for 3, so it's kind of like a 2-3 split between Nishoba Brawler and Bowmaster. I do like Bowmaster a lot. It's performed pretty well as kind of removal. It's also good as just a threat. It's also good against, of course, ring decks, other Bowmasters, things like that. So I do like Bowmasters as at least 2 or 3 of. Most of the time, the play pattern is going to be that you're probably going to play your other 2-drop in hand first, just to as like a bigger threat, and then maybe your Bowmasters on turn 3. But depending on your hand, depending on the deck, maybe opponent plays a Ragavan, so you want to just play your Bowmaster on turn 2, things like that. The big other change we have is we have Chain to the Rocks in the main deck. So the reason for this is just that Scam is the most popular deck right now. It's everywhere online. It's might be everywhere in a lot of different metas. We'll see for this kind of upcoming Modern RCQ season. So Chain to the Rocks is our best card in that matchup, our best kind of answer for that matchup, because it can deal with any threat they place, and it only costs 1 mana. So if they Scam a Fury, Scam a Grief, things like that, you can top deck this, or you can just play it. Cost 1 mana, and they don't really have a way to blow up enchantments. Sometimes they can bring in Engineer Explosives, but that's pretty much the only way to get the card back. So we're going to try running 2 of these in the main deck. It should still be useful in most other matchups. We'll see, maybe against like Tron, it's kind of dead, although you could still technically, you could like chain a Wormcoil Engine or something like that. But so we'll see. This is what, again, DakVaden07 recommended. You can check out his YouTube channel. He posts a lot of great videos of gameplay of weird decks, things like that. And then looking at our sideboard, so we kind of freed up 2 sideboard slots because the Chain of the Rocks is now in the main deck. So we've got 2 Celestial Purge. Again, this is our other really great card against Scam because it can exile any other permanent. So basically our strategy against Scam most of the time is going to be, we're just going to bring in more removal, because if they scam us, we just increase our chance of top decking removal, and then we can kind of try to outgrind them with things like Jegantha and just top decking more answers. We do also have a Veil of Summer in the sideboard, so this is going to be much better in the play, but this is another thing to kind of stop the scam stuff. It can also be used to kind of protect your creature, can fizzle Bowmaster trigger, can do a lot of different things. So we've got 2 of these. Again, we're probably only going to bring these in on the play and not on the draw. And then the rest of the sideboard, we do still have Rest in Peace. I used to bring in Rest in Peace for the Scam matchup, but I don't like doing that anymore now that we have other better answers. I do bring in Rest in Peace for things like Murktide, things like Living End, like basically any deck that's relying on the graveyard, some of the Reanimator strategies that have been popular. Flusterstorm, that's going to be really good against Cascade, and combo decks, depending on the combo. Minor Missteps. So this is something that Dak put back in the sideboard. I used to play this card a lot when Phyrexian Will Be One came out. It's good against Cascade. But Dak said he put it in because it's kind of, instead of having 3rd Flusterstorm, you have Minor Misstep, which is good against Cascade, but also good against things like Amulet Titan. He said it's good against Tron too, which I could see it being okay. They don't play a ton of, I guess they play like Star and things like that, and you can misstep a Star, but I don't know if I would actually do that. But it is good against Amulet also, which we only have 1 natural state. So again, that's also going to be good against Tron, good against Amulet, good against Hammer, things like that. So this is an interesting split. We'll see if I like Misstep. I could maybe see taking it out for something like Reprieve or something like that, but we'll see. We do have 2 Tear Asunders. That's a card that's been in my sideboard for a very long time. It's very good. It's very good against Ring. It's very good against Blood Moon. Very good against just a lot of decks, because you can pay 2 mana to destroy an enchantment or an artifact, or you can pay 4 to destroy anything. And more importantly, it's exile, not destroy. So again, you can deal with One Rings, you can deal with Omnath, you can deal with Shieldred, like things like that. So it's really good in the late game. We have 2 Hidetsugu Consumes All. This is mostly because Rhinos is very popular. It's also good against Hammertime, also good against kind of some of the food decks. depending on how they're playing. And then we do still have Jegantha in the sideboard. So this is the 75 we're looking at playing. We're on 21 lands, just with kind of the stock mana base that we used to play, with just the forest and plains, and then 12 fetches, and then our shocks. So yeah, this is the 75. If you enjoy this kind of content, you can go ahead and subscribe. And I'll see you guys for round 1. We're just going to play through an MTGO league. Okay, starting off on the draw, round 1. We only have 1 land in this hand. Otherwise, it looks pretty good, but we're going to have to ship a 1-lander. My opponent won't get into 6. This is better. I think we're just going to put back, most likely, basic forest. Could be an argument to put back Temple Garden if we're against a Blood Moon deck. Unknown matchup. So the Temple Garden's a little awkward, right? Because we're most likely to... I guess we'll put back Basic Forest for now. You could argue to put back Temple Garden. It's very close. The issue is if you draw something like Binding or something. I guess we are in the draw. Could be playing against a Blood Moon deck. Could be playing against Burn. So let's put back Temple Garden. We're going to keep this. Put back Temple Garden. Hopefully we don't get punished for that line. Misty. See if it's just Rhinos. Suspend Rhinos. Then the Forest could be useful. Nope. Looks like Thoughtseize maybe. Yeah. They're probably going to take the Scion here because they have Fatal Push in their deck. So Scion's very good against these blue-black decks. So it's actually it's kind of unfortunate for us that they had turn 1 Thoughtseize. If they don't take Scion, that's great for us, but I think that would be a mistake. See what maybe they're afraid of Bowmaster though, if they have One Ring and Shieldred and stuff in their own Bowmaster. They'll really think about this one a lot. Okay, they take Kavu, which is very unexpected. I'm not sure exactly what that means. Maybe they do have not sure. Okay, we get Stub. So, if let's say they have another Thoughtseize and we want to stub them, we probably need to do Steam Vents then. Then we can't play Scion turn 2. This is awkward. So we get Steam Vents. Yeah, this is how we get punished for this line. So if he Thoughtseizes me again and I stub it, then I can't play Scion turn 2. So, but then it's hard to get 5 types for Bowmaster turn 2 because we'll see how it plays out. You could also have something like Spell Pierce. So you could go with Thoughtseize again plus Spell Pierce, and then if I stub it, I'm in really bad shape. I'm thinking it's most likely to be a Bowmaster on turn 2. Again, I am confused. Maybe because of Murktide that he takes Kavu. Maybe that's what he's trying to build to. And he didn't want me to start exiling cards from his graveyard. I guess that's a possibility. This hand, I don't have a great way to deal with Murktide right now. Okay, so that's what looks like what he probably is building to then. I could stub this. He might not have another land. I think I'm going to do that. Obviously, we can't play Scion turn 2 now, but I think he might only have 1 land. I could be wrong. I still think the upside's worth it here, though. And I was correct. So he kept a 1-lander. Okay, so now we're in better shape. Now the question is, do we want to just jam Bowmaster now? And play around a possible counterspell? Or do we wait? The issue is if I jam Bowmaster and he plays his Bowmaster, I think we might just main phase Bowmaster here. I think I'm going to just play around him having any kind of... Yeah, I think this is what we're going to do. I think you could argue to not do that, but so he probably just has Murktide in hand that he's trying to play. But he's short on lands right now. And again, I'm just going to hope that he's got slower hand. Even now, if he has Fatal Push, I can at least be swinging him for damage. If I could have held it up, he could have held up Counterspell. You could argue that's better, maybe. Let's see what he's got now, though. He's still 1 land away from Murktide. His own Bowmaster, I guess. I guess that's a downside of my line, but it doesn't really... Yeah. I don't really know that it makes that much of a difference because he could have just done that same thing. Like, he could have just held up Bowmaster till my turn. I play my Bowmaster, he plays his Bowmaster, and we're in the same boat here. Okay. Is there a reason to... I don't think so. So we'll play Scion, and I think we're just going to swing it with Bowmaster. It's a 1/1 lifelinker. If he wants to trade his token for my token, he can. He will. Gain a life. So again, he's 1 card away from Murktide, which I think is still what he's building to. Which we don't currently have an answer to. But we do have Chained and Binding in the deck. Swamp Cycle's the Troll, so we know he has no 3rd land. So again, I think he's going to play Murktide right now. It'll only be a 5/5, though. You could have Shadow in the deck, too, I guess. Oh, he's persisting this. Okay, so he's going to try to race, but this isn't actually that scary. Because he's going to lose this race. I guess he could still Murktide next turn. But I think you would have Murktide this turn if you had it. Brawler's pretty good. You could just jam Ring, which is kind of annoying, but I don't have a way around it. I guess I should have left white untapped. Yeah. Could have bluffed having Binding. Our life total doesn't kind of matter here. Yeah, I think I should have bluffed having Binding. Because you could just jam Ring, maybe. We'll see. Murktide would be annoying, too. Assuming he'll attack with the Troll. See if he has Shadow or something. Yeah, okay, so he has Death Shadow. Okay, Stub is interesting. So, swing in for 4, and then Stub. It's only a downside if he plays Murktide. I'm going to have to chump Brawler with Shadow. If he has a removal spell, I Stub it. Put Jegantha to hand. The only thing I get screwed by is Murktide, I guess. But I still think he would have played it by now if he had it. Play this Flooded Strand, probably. So let's go green, white, green. Get Jegantha. I don't think Jegantha's going to actually be relevant, but put it to hand anyway. So he has to kill Scion this turn or play a Murktide. And his lines so far have indicated he does not have a Murktide. So if I don't get punished here. His 3 cards in hand, We know it's not a land because he probably wouldn't have cycled the Troll. He doesn't have... Maybe he just cycled the... Maybe he does have a land, but I don't think so. He would have been playing them. Could have a removal spell. Could have removal spell plus counter spell, and I guess I lose, but I would have lost anyway. Okay. Now I'm in trouble if he just has... Yeah, so he's going to take Stub. If he just has a removal spell, then now I just, like, lose. Which is unfortunate, but... That was something I couldn't really play around. Maybe he just has Fatal Push here on Brawler as his last card. Or Murktide. Okay. I guess he didn't have it in hand. I don't know what he had. Maybe another Shadow. But we ended up getting there. So... I guess he's Shadow with the Persist and stuff. Do I have to kind of decide if I care that much? I think I just want the Purges. And Hidetsugu is usually good, but he's got Bowmaster. Maybe Hidetsugu is good. Veil on the draw, maybe not. Here's the kind of like, I have to decide what I actually do. I care about his persistent things? I don't think so with all these, the purges and the chained. I don't think I care about him persisting stuff. Let's trim a couple of tribal flames on the draw, I think is smart. And then maybe a Ragavan, 2 Ragavans, because of bringing in Hidetsugu and him having Bowmaster. Let's try something like this. I don't know if I actually need the Hidetsugus in this matchup, because they used to play, like the blue-black version is only playing Shadow, isn't playing DRC, but he is playing Bowmaster too, so there's some more payoff there. I'm not sure if it's correct to bring in Hidetsugu or not. I haven't played a ton against these kind of like Dimir Shadow builds. All right, this hand has no lands, so we're not going to do that. Otherwise, it would have been great. So let's think about this one. If I don't draw a second land, I could go to 5, but we can play out a lot of our hand. Maybe I'll just put back Nacatl or Bowmaster. Let's put back Nacatl and just hope to draw a land. We can play 3 of our spells. It's just Triome. Okay, so he doesn't have... So he's got no Thoughtseize. We know that. He could be planning on going Troll plus Persist, which Chained is good against that. So maybe that's what he's going to do. It's my guess. Or he's trying to Grief Scam with Spell Pierce up, but now I have 3 removal spells. I just don't have second land. Let's see if he goes Consider. Good. So, yeah, it's probably the Persist plan, which is fine with Chained. I do want to draw a second land at some point. Okay, it's not that plan. So, what's he holding up? Counterspell, maybe? I think we just play Monkey here. Oh, Bowmaster is really bad, actually. Ugh. You gotta have Bowmaster in hand. Alright, so we just wait. We don't have second land. Maybe I should have just gone to 5. Okay, no Bowmaster. I mean, you could still, again, be trying to hold Bowmaster for a Dash Monkey, but... Alright, sweet. Can jam Kavu into either a counterspell or a... I think we just go for it. If he has counterspell, he has counterspell. Good on him. The other option is, I can't really double spell that well. I can try Dash Monkey, but that's pretty bad if he still has counterspell. I could try to just hold up Bowmaster. He obviously knows I have something here. I shouldn't have cracked that fetch. That was stupid. I'm trying to think if it's smarter to hold up Bowmaster or just play Kavu. What's he most likely to go Ring next turn? I'm just going to mess up his mana, I think is what I'm going to try to do. Yeah, I didn't need to crack that fetch. That was stupid. So he has no Persist. We know that. Okay, so here's my chance to resolve Bowmaster. Okay. See what I get. Okay, these are pretty bad. So I can basically give him some dirtily cards. So Consider is... So land is bad. Dismember is kind of annoying with Kavu in hand. Land Consider, he probably goes Dismember plus Preordain. All right. Actually, let's do... I think we put the land, maybe Dismember, Consider up top. Yeah, like that better, I think. Okay, so he put Dismember and Concern in the graveyard, so he picked the weaker hand as expected. I guess we'll just resolve Bowmaster here. Obviously, he can have his own Bowmaster. I feel like he would have played it by now. Maybe I played this too conservatively. Like, what does he actually have in hand now? He has Preordain. He could just have Murktide, but I have Chain for it. Murktide plus Counterspell. Fatal Push. Okay, so we knew he was holding that up the whole time. Bowmaster, maybe? Shadow, okay. Second Bowmaster. Chained. Do I want Binding or Chained right now? Do I care that much about this Death Shadow? I probably do. Could have Dressed Down. What does he have in hand? Counterspell? Even with Dressed Down, I'm not dead. We're just going to try Chain right now. Got Spell Pierce, but again, we're short on land, so yeah, he just used his Counterspell, okay. And we don't really have a way to double spell. So if we had more lands, we could have done something different. We could maybe Dash Monkey. He probably has another Fatal Push or something, or just takes it. Dashing Monkey could have been an okay play, but he just counterspells again. Yeah, so there's his Preordain. Assuming he's sitting on a lot of counterspells, maybe we should have jammed earlier, but we're just kind of getting it. We kind of got in trouble because we just didn't have lands. That was it. Do I want to just chump here? How long do I think this game's gonna go? I kind of do want to chump. So I think we have to just upkeep binding it. Again, he's got like 10 million counterspells he's sitting on. And we're just a little clunky with our fetches here. Go ahead, use your other counterspell. Yep. I need a third land, please. It's possible he just has a third counterspell in hand, which is so crazy. If he goes Murktide, then I can bind it. Yep. Okay. We're in the binding safe zone now, but we still need another land. Okay, that's not land. This is so bad. I think we just jam this main phase. Just eat another 4 damage from Death Shadow. Would really like a third land. So he probably doesn't have another counterspell in hand. He already used a lot of them. He could have another Murktide, which I guess would be annoying, but what can he do? Another Preordain. I guess Rest in Peace is probably what we want against this deck. Maybe better than Chained. With him trying to use Murktides as a win con. I really would like another land to be able to do anything here. He probably just found another counterspell, right? He drew Scry's 2. Puts none on the bottom, so again, it's probably just another counterspell. I could try to just burn him out. It's kind of risky, though. Like, I can play Kavu. He has Fatal Push or Counterspell. I can wait to play Bowmaster and chump with Bowmaster. He has Counterspell. That's probably not the worst play. Maybe I should have done that before. If I draw another land, I have 8 damage of burn in hand, so I can actually kill him next turn. Do I want a Bowmaster now? I don't think so. Actually, yeah, I do. That was stupid. Damn it. Because I could have gotten an extra trigger. Yeah, that was a mistake. Okay, now it wasn't. Was it Stern Scolding or something? Let's really think about this one. Subtlety. Okay. So am I dead? Should I put this on the bottom? I need to find that land. Don't think I'm dead yet. So I guess he can shock in again, and then maybe he has lethal. That's probably what he's gonna do. He just has a land in hand, then it's over. Okay, he does not. Second Murktide. So there is actually a world, if I get a red source, no, I can't fetch shock it. So brutal. We just got screwed on lands. I mean, that's like not my hand is literally full of stuff. Okay, so Scion, yeah, we just lose. Right, because okay. I'm trying to think if I could have played that better. Like maybe my early sequencing was off, but I just think like you're playing against a deck with a lot of permission, and I couldn't ever double spell it because I didn't have lands. So I guess the question of whether I Veil, maybe Hidetsugu is just not good. Let's just not do Hidetsugu. Do I even want Rest in Peace? Like, yes, it turns off Murktide, but he also has Shadow plus Bowmaster, and I have so many answers to Murktide. I don't know. Maybe this is incorrect to not do that. I don't know. I feel like if he had DRC, then it kind of flips to like, okay, I want to like obviously he's got Murktide, I get it, but other than that, he's got Persist. Oh yeah, I probably should play it, huh? What is not as good though? Bolt. It's maybe not amazing. It's too many cards I'm bringing in. It's quite possible, yes. Veil on the play though. Do I need 2 purges? Let's try this. I don't know how to sideboard for this matchup exactly. Could have brought Ragavan's back in, I guess, because we're on the play. I don't know. I think maybe I'm overboarding here. Maybe I don't even need the purges. 2 mana answer to answer a shadow, and it doesn't answer Murktide. So yeah, maybe the purges just aren't good. Okay, well we've got one in, but okay, keep. Fortunately, you can just fatal push my Kavu, but such is life. Don't have a 1-drop. Took out Ragavan. Trimmed on Ragavans, maybe not correct on the play. Thoughtseize, take Kavu. It's kind of annoying. Grief. Take my whole hand. Okay, so we know he's got no Thoughtseize, or he's afraid of Veil of Summer. If he has Fatal Push, then I'll just be sad, but I think I can't play around it. Like, the only way to play around it will play Bowmaster, but I need to apply pressure, I think. Okay, I got second Bowmaster. What does that change? Probably not. Please just don't have Fatal Push. I think we still have to jam here. Because, I mean, we lost the last game by having a bunch of cards in our hand. So, again, you could just have Fatal Push. Okay, no Fatal Push. No Fatal Push. No Thoughtseize. Could have anything else. He might not even have a second land. Is that what he's... Yeah, that's why I did that. Maybe he just has a Fatal Push and for some reason wanted to consider turn 1. Looking like he might not have a second land. Okay, I was wrong. Children's Edict, maybe? Grief Scam, okay. Or maybe not Grief Scam, maybe just Bowmaster plus Grief. Okay. Okay. Okay, he's destroyed my hand, but I do have 2 Bowmaster. We're just going to main phase Bowmaster. Again, he could go Murktide, and that's probably the most annoying card for him to do. Play. At this point. Could play a 6/6 Murktide, which is pretty good. And then we just kind of got dunked on this game. Unless we top deck an answer. Yep. Probably has his own Bowmaster. Could ping himself to grow his shadow. I'm gonna get another red source because I don't want to have what happened last game happen again. Okay, so what's he most likely have in hand? His own Bowmaster. I attack, he trades, gets his own Bowmaster, can ping himself to gain life. It's not amazing. I could go wider. He obviously knows about my Bowmaster in hand. I don't think I attack here. We just have to wait. I didn't play a land that turn. That was a mistake. That was a mistake. Yeah, should play land. I got a little distracted there. Yep. Another Murktide. Yeah, he's always got it. That's the tough thing. Maybe he is playing 4 Murktides, but it's been tough. I mean, I'd say I have a lot of good top decks, but he's had it pretty much every time. And he could also have Counterspell up too. Like if he just has Counterspell here, I guess he'll just use it on the Bowmaster, maybe not use it at all. Maybe he doesn't even attack. Okay. So he could have Bowmaster ping himself. Could have Dismember. Dismember would be the biggest blowout. If he dismembers my other card, he'd pay 4 life to do that. His Bowmaster gets huge. He wipes my board. He could also have his own. So what if we block like... we don't block, right? I take 4. You could have Dress Down. I'll play Bowmaster in response. Yeah, I'm still thinking he's sitting on a Bowmaster, but you could also just have Counterspell. It does not. Okay, yeah. But he let my token. Okay, cool. So again, we need to answer this Murktide. And that's not it. All right, so can we can't even attack right now? Yeah, we're just gonna lose this game. We got kind of, I think I could have played it better, maybe better sideboarding. I don't know, I just kind of felt like his hand lined up well against mine, and that was kind of the end of that. Like, I could have played Jegantha. Like, we needed to see more answer. I don't know. I don't want to blame the deck. I definitely could have played this better. I just am not exactly sure how I was supposed to play it better. It just kind of felt like my opponent had a hand that lined up perfectly against mine. And my hand wasn't that good. No, I guess my hand was okay. Maybe again, we have... I guess we just chump here. Chump with the army token. Okay. I'm at 7. They're 27 and 6. I'm dead to Bowmaster. I'm kind of dead to Bowmaster no matter what. We already have 2 white sources. We probably want another green source at least. Maybe just Temple Garden. Keep the Triome in to cycle for binding. Yeah, I don't really know how we win this. I don't think we do at this point. He could just have Counterspell up. Yeah, like that's... Okay. So we can't block Murktide. We can't block here. We could play Jegantha, but then we die. Yeah, so it's just unfortunate. I hate losing like the first game of a league like this, but the first match of a league. But I think this is. I'll have to rewatch it. I feel like these were close enough that there were better lines I could have taken, but I also felt very limited with, like, maybe I shouldn't have sided out Monkey, and that was like a mistake. And I just overboarded here, but like I think Purge isn't that good, so I think I take out Purge, maybe keep Monkey in, but I don't know. I'm not sure. So Scion of Draco could have saved me. I don't know. I have good cards against Murktide. I have good cards against them, and it's just I'm not sure. I think I could have played that better, but I just have to looking at the sequencing. I just felt like I didn't have any. My hand just wasn't ever aggressive. Like in both losses, it was like, where are my 1-drops? I guess I boarded out 2 monkeys, so that's on me. But it's like, where are my 1-drops? Like, where are my 2-drop threats? Like, where are my threats other than just like multiple Bowmaster, which isn't even that good in this matchup, as we saw. Okay, no land. This hand's very awkward. So I think we just put back basic planes and just hope to draw another source and play Nacatl turn 1. Yeah, I'd have to rewatch that game. I'm sure I could have played it better. Like, I think in games that are that close, there's definitely maybe lines I could have taken that were better. But I just felt like we kind of got mana screwed in game 2, and that was really the biggest difference. And in game 3, I don't really know what happened. I just couldn't get anywhere. Couldn't apply enough pressure. Okay, it looks like we're against Living End. This hand is not good against Living End, but we could draw into something. So what does that mean? They're worried about their life total, I guess. Sweet, another useless card. So I guess we'll just start bolting them end of turn. All right. So they're either worried about life total, which I'm guessing is what it is, but maybe that means they don't have a very good hand. I don't know. Okay, Architects. Okay. See, their second land is a shock land. It is. Okay. So they could just have turn 3 living end, I guess. But it's not going to be a very big living end. They're at 12. Okay, land. If I play Scion, let's attack first. Nine. I think I just have to force them to have it and play Scion. I can't hold up Binding and Bolt. So what am I most likely to do? Like, they bring in Architect's Will. If I don't play Scion, I don't have enough pressure. I mean, it's going to be a very small living end for them. So I'm going to be in top deck mode for a pretty bad top deck, but I do have Binding in hand, too. I think we just have to threaten lethal here. Obviously, I could just hold on to Scion, but I don't have quite enough pressure to do that. Or otherwise, he just doesn't need to living end on his turn. So what's he most likely to take? Bolt. I'll just bolt him. Could also, yeah, I think I'm just gonna bolt him, I guess. Go to 6. Maybe it's not correct to bolt him, but I think it is. He's at 6. So still a pretty small living end, but he gets to take that. Okay, he has Sunken Ruins, so he doesn't have to shock. Okay. Now we're in top deck mode, but with Architect. I mean, was it... I still think this was the correct line. You just lose to living end sometimes. like you could say, okay, I could have not used... So he takes my hand no matter what. I could have not played Scion, and then he discards Scion after he living ends, so that doesn't get me anywhere. He doesn't have... It's still a 2-turn clock, so obviously he puts my players in my library in order, so he's probably just going to give me a land, and I probably just lose, but I think that's... He had to have exactly like a turn 3 living end with no shocking, and his deck doesn't have a lot of lands that he can do without taking damage, so... Yeah, so it gets Bolt. Can Bolt the Grief or Bolt him? Again, he saw the top 3, so this is 5, 9, 11. So he's got 11 damage right now. I mean, unless he had to like Bolt and Tribal Flames in that order, but again, he probably just has a Force Negation too. I guess if he has Outburst, I just lose. Yeah, I'm expecting Force Negation here. Yeah, and like a land probably. Brawler, okay. Okay, well, sometimes it happens against Living End. He had to have exactly turn 3 plus a land that didn't take any damage. So I wonder if the third card was like Tribal Flames or something. And so basically, I think if he had taken damage from the land, I could have actually won. But he had to have exactly Sunken Ruins, which is a 1 of in his deck. So, it's not good. Binding's not good. Veils. Maybe 1 Veil. Chain, not good. Do I want 2 Veils? Potentially. I don't know. I kind of like the rest of the... Maybe I'll just do one Veil. No. Sand has no red source and also no hate cards. So I go turn 1 Nacatl and just hope to draw an egg gas, I guess. Pretty much. Is my only option here. I don't think waiting for turn 2 Scion is correct. Oh my god, are you kidding me, dude? Alright, now this game's probably over. Like, if he just has grief or something, then I just lose. Let's see what he did. Discards. He exiled Brazen Bar. Okay. Alright, Wild Nacatl go. Really gonna be looking for a rest in peace. Yeah, so now he can just go, like, literally turn 2 Living End. Probably has Force, and I just lose, and I draw lands. You love to see it. Okay, let's get, red-blue, I guess. This feels unwinnable. Maybe I was supposed to go to 5 here. Because we don't have enough pressure, so like there's no reason for him to living on now. He can just wait another turn and go for it. So I need like exactly a rest in peace or something now at this point. Let's see, maybe he doesn't have the third land. Okay, doesn't have a third land, which is good for me, but again, I have no pressure, so. Yep, just drawing lands. Now, I don't love fetching and shocking here, but I guess I don't have a choice. His life total does matter. Eventually, he'll find his land. He might even do it right now with the Oliphant. All right, maybe we can get out of this one. We're at 12. No land cycler. Eventually we'll find that land. Maybe now he's got there's the forest cycler. So I guess we just have to hope that he only has shardless or something. And maybe hope to not draw land. Okay, it's not a land. Okay, let's think for a second. So this can get blue-green. So we'll go red, green. Tribal Flames into 2. What does that accomplish, though? Then if he goes for it, I have to fetch shock. I guess we just go for it and try to maybe bait out a force negation. He's at 2, which tells me probably no force negation in hand. Okay. Yep. So now I have to top deck. I do have a shuffle effect. Oh man, what a matchup, isn't? What a matchup. So I just can't help to think, like, if I had just not drawn 3 lands in a row, or 2 lands, that's my first 2 draws, then I could have maybe put myself over the edge here. But it's just kind of feels this way. So now I need to top deck exactly Bolt or Tribal Flames. Or he's going to give me a top deck. Okay. Now we just lose. Yep. So risky to do. It's possible he has Force Negation in hand, but if I draw a Bolt, he loses. But that's the way this matchup goes, fortunately. I'd like to say there was something different I can do. I think that was still a keep. I had 1 piece interaction. I had a couple threats, and I just, he was at 2 life. So it's the difference between, like, if I have a Ragavan or if I have another Nacatl, I have another 2-drop, then I win. But I did not. So instead, I lost. Maybe you could say it was correct to play Scion turn 1. And maybe that's right, but I thought getting the Nacatl on board is good and just applying pressure. He also had Gemstone Cavern, so I didn't really have a choice. Like, he could have turned 2 living ended. Well, now we're 0-2. Kind of disappointing to start out, like 1-2, 0-2. Okay, well, let's see if we can turn around for round 3. Okay, back for round 3. This is a keep. We are on the play. I think this might be the first 7 I've kept. I could be wrong. So we're on the play. I think we're supposed to just lead with Ragavan. Question is red-blue or red-white? I think we're going to go red-white because it's the option to go Overgrown Tomb next turn. If we want to play Bowmaster, depending on how this plays out. And let's go for it. So maybe in game 1, I wasn't supposed to board out Ragavan. It's just against a Bowmaster deck. I kind of felt like I should. But I think on the play, you can argue to keep the original play set in. So we're against Hammer. Sentinel. Okay. Bowmaster should be good here. Okay, so I think this should be straightforward. Green, black, ping, Sentinel, attack with Ragavan. So I think I should use this because then the next turn I could have gotten like red, blue and gotten double red or something. I'm not sure. So opponent, see if they chump with Ornithopter. They do not. Do I want to just chain this now? Could be greedy, but my guess is maybe they have Hammer plus Cigar's Aid or some kind of Cigar's Aid plus Hammer. And I do have a binding anyway. Chaining Ornithopter does feel pretty bad, though. On the other hand, again, if they equip the Hammer, they could swing in here and I have to chump with something. I think we're going to chain this now, only because I have a binding too. This gets around them having like permission spell or something. Yep. They're going to get Cauldra. Okay, now let's just think about this for a second. Now I think I'm in pretty good shape, right? So I can get Triome, play Binding. No, I don't think I can get Triumph. I think I need a Shock here. Right, green, blue, play Binding, play Scion, hold up Stub. Do I even need to use the Binding now? I think I do. So green, blue. We have all 5 types. We play our Binding. We attack for 1,000,000. By 1,000,000, I mean 4, so maybe not that much. Opponent maybe has conceded. Yeah, okay. All right, so obviously just being on the play there worked out well. We're in the O2 bracket, so I don't have high expectations. Okay, so is Bowmaster actually good? I think it is pretty good, actually, in this matchup. We went to Tear Asunder, I went to Natural State. Do I want to fight over hammers? Maybe. The rest, Hidetsugu, for sure. So I think we're on the draw. Let's trim a little bit on Monkey, trim a little bit on Nacatl. Trim on the Tribal Flames. Question is whether the classic Chain of the Rocks Hidetsugu Nambo here. Do I wanna do it? Kinda do, but I guess we'll do it. Okay. This hand is not amazing. So we're on the draw. I could potentially stub a turn 2 like hammer, but they're most likely to go. This hand could be too slow. Because if I stub something turn 2, I think I'm mulligan this. Okay, this is better. What to bin? Bowmaster, maybe? Bowmaster's really good if they have maybe I bin Scion. What am I most likely to play turn 1? Turn 1 probably Chain of the Raw. Let's bin Scion here. It's really close though, I think. No, I think it's just bin Scion. Opponent mulligan to 6. Scar's Aid, okay. I guess, nah, he didn't play a threat turn 1, so. Oh, okay. So we can go red-blue here if he tries to equip. Which probably won't, but he could. Okay, probably just bolt the Stoneforge here. What did he grab? He got a hammer, so interesting. Okay, the classic question of do I want to just play Kavu here? He equips hammer, I chained his creature. I think I do. Oh, wait a minute. I'm an idiot. I just lost. Right, if he has another land, he just equips to Inkmoth. Yeah, I lost. I'm an idiot. Okay. How did I miss that line? He just needs one more land. Okay, he does not have it. Oh my god, I got so... No, he still could have it. Got very lucky here. So we know he has hammer in hand. Flashes in hammer, I stub it. Seems good to me. Unfortunately, we can't get a black source here. Kind of annoying. An untapped black source, I should say. Could also just chain the Sentinel now. He doesn't have a permission spell. Should I just wait for him to flash and hammer? Chain Sentinel. I'm in trouble if he equips to the Ink Moth, right? If I chain Sentinel, he draws a card, which is kind of annoying. But if I stub it, he also draws a card, but I can pay the tax. Could also... Can't get an untapped black source here. Damn. Okay. Let's attack. I like my hand, actually. He's probably not going to block. I actually think I should have chained first. Then stubbed. No. How do I not lose this game? It's the real question. Okay, so we could just think about this for a second. We don't want to give him a card draw. We could Bowmaster Sentinel. He flashes in Hammer. I stub Hammer. He draws a card. Doesn't get me anywhere, though, because that Ink Moth is dangerous. Now, we could just Tear Asunder the Aid if he tries to flash in the Hammer. We could also just wait. We wait. We have 2 pieces of interaction up. We actually have 3 pieces, but we only play 2 of them. Oh, we can't play Bowmaster. So we only have 2. Yep. No blocks. So we can stub this right now. He could have protection spell. He draws a card. Could have second hammer. Then I destroy Cigar's Aid. Guess that's the best play. I have to give him a card draw, though, which is kind of annoying. Again, I don't plan on paying for this anyway. Okay. Interesting. We could destroy the Aid now, but I wonder if it gets reset with this Sentinel. It's more beneficial to destroy the Aid now, but I can also next turn Bowmaster plus Chained. He has the Ink Moth, so the Aid's probably important to destroy. But I need to get black mana, I guess, so I have to do that now. Just thinking what I need here. Probably the forest. Okay, what does Scion change? So we can Bowmaster one of these, chained one of these. He's going to draw a card. We can attack. We could play... Could do nothing. I wish chained was instant speed. I still think I need to keep this hand. I could try maybe discard Scion to find something. He's at 11. He's tapped out. So we could just try to destroy the Aid, and I die to a second Aid plus Hammer. He draws a card. I don't think that's smart. Could try to Bowmaster now. I think could just wait. I don't know. I don't think I'm playing this game well. I think I'm not using my mana efficiently. I think I should have just been jamming. Okay, so he plays Drum. That gives him an extra white source. So he could play a permission spell. I could Tear Asunder the Aid now. He draws a card plus can flash in a hammer, which isn't great. So I think I have to wait. Maybe I'm just dead. Okay, apparently not. Okay. That's another hammer. Do I want to ping a Sentinel here? Or do I want to ping him? I think I ping a Sentinel. Okay, Tomb is interesting. So now we can attack. We could chain the Stoneforge Mystic. Pay 1. I really care about the Stoneforge Mystic at this point, though. Like, I could destroy the Cigar's Aid. You could have another one in hand. I could play Scion. Like, what if he just chumps? What if he just chumps here? I think there's no way he chumps there, right? He's got to take Bowmaster. We definitely want to hold Tear Asunder up. So he's got one white source. I'm just trying to think this through. Like, what if I just smash the Aid now? How do I lose this game? Maybe I don't even attack with the Bowmasters. I just attack with Kavu first. I could play Scion to chump anyway. And then just hold up. And then Tear Asunder the end of turn, maybe. I think I like that line, actually. So we go green, green, lifelink. Could chain. So I have Tear Asunder held up. I have a lot of blockers. I think I just attack with Kavu. Exile a card. That's 6. So now, what if we just go? If we Tear Asunder now on Cigar's Aid, he has to have a second Aid. He's going to use up one of his white mana. Yeah, I think we're just going to do this. You could obviously have second Aid, but it's going to kind of set him back a turn. Yep. How did I get a triggered ability off this? Am I something? Oh, he drew a card. That's how. Okay, so now we can just even ping Sentinel. Oh, I like that line. Oh, so I could have actually done that pre-combat and then attacked with this lifelinker here. Would have been a better play. Okay, I didn't realize that interaction happens. like that. And now we have a flyer to deal with the Ink Moth if we need to chump. Okay. That's a cool little interaction. So I can like force the card draw, grow my Orc token. Obviously give him a card draw, but now he's like kind of squeezed on mana. And he's squeezed on, like, he has to tap the Stoneforge, put equipment in the battlefield. So like he could put Cauldron in play. But I can fly over the top and kill him. And I can just chain the Cauldron anyway. I don't think he put Cauldron in hand, though, did he? Maybe he did. So maybe it was better to attack with the Orc token. Yeah, okay, we won anyway. But I think the better line was maybe to Tear Asunder first, so I can ping the Sentinel, then attack with the 2/2 token. I would have done 2 more damage, gained 2 life. But we ended up getting there. Okay, on to round 4. Okay, back for round 4. I'm on the play. Hand's pretty good. I think we're just going to lead with the Nacatl. Keep. Obviously, in this situation, you can think about like, oh, maybe I should just pass and go turn 2 Scion. But I think with 2 Nacatls in hand plus Bolt, it's like very possible for me to just play Nacatl. So I'll fetch green, white, so Temple Garden, and then play Steam Vents. Turn 2, and then we have play Bolt and Nacatl, and then turn 3 we can play Scion, depending on like what my opponent is on. Obviously, I don't know, but so I think that's a better start with double Nacatl than just like passing. And so let me just think if let's go Temple Garden. Okay. Sparble Plow, Preordained, probably Murktide. So guessing they don't have a removal spell, or else they would have done it, used it, or they just want Dirtle, but it's cool. It's cool too. Oh, Stub's interesting. Okay, so we're gonna shock this in. So now we have Stub and Bolt up, depending if they try to play some 2-drop. I don't know what 2-drop they would necessarily play that I care about, that I can Stub. But they might play like a blocker, DRC or Monkey, and I will Bolt that. I mean, if they're just going to pass, then you're going to have a really bad time here. Bolt end of turn, they have Spell Pierce or their own removal spell, so I think we wait. Don't use these bolts now. Kavu is good. But I want to go Kavu instead of Scion to start exiling stuff from their graveyard. It's possible. It's bad against Dress Down exactly. Do I think they play main Dress Down? No. Oh, actually, we can't play that like that. Okay. We're just going to play Scion because I have to keep up red and blue. Yep. This one is just like a, yeah. On the play, you win the game. It's a free win, basically. They dirtled for a turn, and I just had an aggressive hand. So it's nice. I feel like I've been getting less and less of those kind of free wins with this deck. I mean, it's just my draws haven't been very good. Okay, Murktide. Rest in peace for sure. Misstep should be good. Tear Asunder should be good if they're on Blood Moon. What's not as good? Bowmaster, definitely good. Chained, good. Tribal Flames on the draw. I think I like to trim on those. We only have 2 Brawlers in here. I don't like the rest of the cards. I feel like we do have a lot of pieces of like interaction though. We have to trim 3 cards right now. Maybe on the draw, 1 Rest in Peace. Maybe Rest in Peace on the draw is too slow. Maybe because we're bringing more 1-mana interaction, we trim on Nacatls, and we trim on, I don't know, 2 Rest in Peace, 2 Tear Asunders, maybe too much. Maybe trim on 1 Rest in Peace on the draw. Not sure. I want to keep the Ragavans in for Blood Moon. I don't know if the lists are still on a lot of Blood Moons, but maybe Misstep on the draw isn't as good. Keep. So we just have all threats here. And we'll just see if we just lose to turn 1 Ragavan. Shock. Monkey. DRC. Okay, DRC is less scary. Okay, so we do have to be a little worried about Blood Moon. We go green-white. Like, I naturally want to play my Nacatl as a 2/2, right? I could do... The other option could be to just play Savai Triome, right? We know that he has no monkey in hand, or else he would have played it. Sorry, I'm looking for my... Okay, so we know he's got no monkey. We know he's got no fast land, right? Because he had to shock that in. So let's just think. I guess I have Ragavan in hand, so do I care that much about turn 3 Blood Moon? Right, so I could play Basic Forest, play Nacatl as a 1/1. Then next turn, play... The next turn, the problem with that line is Kavu's only can die to a bolt. That's not amazing. And we have 2 Scions in this hand, too. So you could also just argue to just try to resolve a Scion. Another option would be to play something like go green-blue. Next turn, play a Triome. I mean, it worked well to get the Nacatls on board before. Then we just have to play our hand out, so it's just a question of do I care about Blood Moon or not. I think with Ragavan in hand, I guess I don't really. And I just go... Start with something like this. And I'm just going to keep Ragavan in hand in case of Blood Moon. And also because, like, it trades with DRC. Obviously, like, Nacatl trades with DRC, but won't next turn, so... I think you could argue for different lines there. I don't really know. Again, Blood Moon is what I'm thinking. Preordained, cool. So you get to scry, I guess, Surveil, and then scry. So you get to dig really deep. I guess this is the new interaction with Preordained Unbanned. Maybe I should have played that differently. Yep. See if he has Delirium now. There's his Blood Moon, and there's Delirium. Pretty good to get turn 2 Delirium. He did dump into Blood Moon, so it's probably lower chances that he has one. Okay. Red-white, play Kavu, I guess. Try to shrink his graveyard. If he goes Blood Moon, I dash Monkey next turn. And go from there. He only has 2 in the board, though, so... And 1 is in his graveyard currently. It's just bad if he has another Unholy Heat, but... Again, kind of same kind of thing. He's already gone through a few of them. Consider... Murktide, I guess, would be the other, like, dagger, which he already has enough to make, like, a huge Murktide, so... He just goes land Murktide, I probably just lose. Nope. Again, so he must be looking for another removal spell. Or another 3rd land, I guess. Okay, Monkey's not that scary. It is a little annoying, but... He's got 6 card types in his graveyard, what the hell? Alright, so we're probably just losing this game, realistically. Maybe not now. So we can play Savai Triome. Play Scion of Draco. Exile something from his graveyard. Could just not attack either. I don't think that's correct though, because I want to. Maybe I try to eat the DRC, but I guess we just exile like something, a sorcery or something. Instant creature, sorcery, exile sorcery, I guess. Maybe that attack's not correct here, because we want to really be able to block both of them. Take 3 from DRC. Probably scarier too. Of course, if he just has Unholy Heat, he has Unholy Heat, and we live with it. Got 5 card types in the graveyard. What is third consider? Fourth consider? Third consider. I don't really have an answer to Murktide at the moment. Okay. So we'll eat the Ragavan this turn. Eat the DRC next turn. Or just bolt the DRC. Okay, we get land, so we could loot away a Scion. Do 1 damage. Bolt DRC. Dash Monkey. Dash Monkey. Can't really attack with Scion, so Dash Monkey. Attack for 3. Again, 5 card types in the graveyard, so it's going to be hard to deal with that. Discard a Scion. Okay, Tribal Flames. Doesn't do a whole lot right now. Opponent's at 8. Get a Murktide that I can't play. Play land. Don't eat this DRC right now. Possibly, yes. Could also just try to bolt him. So let's see what he's most likely to have in hand. No Murktide for sure. If he has Murktide, I probably just lose. If he dashes Monkey, I'm in bad shape. If he has Counterspell, I'm in bad shape. He hasn't played like he has had Counterspell. The thing is, if I like hold this bolt until next turn, I can potentially win by just bolting him and attacking with everything. But it's a little risky. I think I'm going to bolt now. Very close. Maybe that wasn't correct. Okay, I'm not sure what did he just not draw Murktide and he was like, I can't win this? Like, what the hell? I don't understand that. I don't know what his cards in hand were. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure of those lines. Did he just have like Bolt in hand and he was apparent planning to like burn me out? So I guess next turn I did have 7 damage plus Tribal Flames, which he didn't know about. So I did actually have lethal. But I don't know if he's like mad about his draws that he didn't get another Murktide in all his draws or something. I'm not entirely sure what happened there, but we got there. That was unexpected. And see you round 5. Okay, we're at 2-2. Let's see if we can rally to a 3-2 here. I don't know if the last 2 rounds went very well for us. The first 2 rounds went pretty poorly. Opponent chooses to play first. I think this hand's good. 7 cards in hand, so let's keep. Depending on the deck, likely go turn 1 Nacatl because of Monkey's a little weaker too. Okay, is it Murktide or Living End? Okay, it's another Murktide preordained gamer. So I still think we're probably gonna just go green white and play our 2/2 Nacatl. Like I think they have no Ragavan in hand. They go preordained turn 1. I think they have no Monkey, and they also have no fast land. So the only reason you could argue to play Monkey this turn is probably gonna eat a removal spell, but I then have the option next turn to Bolt plus Nacatl, which is pretty nice. Alternative would be to play green blue. Hmm. Hmm. Let's see, he probably has a removal spell in hand. Like he probably goes like DRC plus removal spell, kills my turn 1 play. Turn 2, I want to play Brawl. I probably want to kill his DRC and then play something. So maybe I do just go Ragavan. So then next turn I can play. Yeah, okay. We'll go Ragavan here. The Ragamuffin. Maybe he just plays a threat and I can kill it next turn. Okay. So next turn I have the option to, I could potentially like Bolt plus something. So I think the upside's higher, the Ragavan play. I think it's likely a removal spell no matter what, but now at least next turn I can Bolt plus Nacatl. Especially if he's trying to like filter through a lot of his deck with DRC. Whoa. Okay, well, I can Tribal Flames that. I wasn't expecting Shredder because most lists have cut Shredder. And I also have Bowmaster in my deck. See what he connives here. Gets Unholy Heat in the graveyard. Okay. It's the top card of my library. So now I feel good about my line. Because now we can do this. We can go green-blue. Green pool. Tribal Flames. Force Negation. That would be bad. No. Attack. And then now I have to decide, do I want to hold up Bolt? Do I want to hold up Stub? Or do I want to play Nacatl? I think I just want to play Nacatl here. I get his Lightning Bolt. Is it better just to Bolt him? So what's he going to do? He could Dash Monkey. That'd be a reason to play Nacatl. I have so many cards in hand. No, it's really close. Like I put him at 13. No, I think I'm going to play Nacatl here. I think that's actually a better play than playing his Lightning Bolt, only because it just puts more pressure on board than bolting him down 13 with one threat on board. I also don't have a third land, so there's an argument to you have another Shredder or another spell. Yeah, he does. Okay. So I guess I could have. I got a little punished by not holding up Stub, but I still think this is the correct line. Now we need like a chained off the top. That'd be really nice. Very nice. Okay, that's not as nice, but I think we just attack here. Kind of 2 for 1 myself, but he might not block also. If he doesn't block, I probably just play Brawler. Does not block. Put more pressure on board. Yeah, so it's a little awkward. Maybe that line wasn't ideal. Like, should have made. I guess I could have played around another Shredder, but we're still in a pretty good position. He doesn't have Blood Moon. I don't think has Murktide, or else he would have played it last turn, but maybe now he can play a Murktide. No DRC, no Monkey. So what does he have in hand? Maybe there's just Murktide. He hasn't been holding up counters. Could be counter spells. 3 cards in hand. Let's see. I think if he doesn't play any 1-drops or anything here, then we really know that he's got none in hand. He's already used 2 Unholy Heat, so Bolt on Brawler would be pretty bad. We would like a Binding or a Chain for this Ledger Shredder, but let's see if he's just going Murktide here. Really wish I had a 3rd land. This is just Murktide now with Counterspell. Looks like what it is, yeah. Okay, I think we attack everything so you can decide how to trade. So we could kill... Alright, so we'll just after combat. Kill the Murktide. Yes, Spell Pierce, this is a bad line, I guess. Yes, exactly Counterspell, though. We're in okay shape. Damn it. So I thought he had Counterspell, and he just turns out he has Spell Pierce. So, I punted here. Yeah, I punted big time. So I should have... Oh, I'm such an idiot. Okay, we're probably going to lose this game now. Yeah, so I forgot about turning on stub. So I obviously should have done that before the Brawler died. Before damage. So I could have bolted Murktide. He would, even if he had Counterspell, I could have killed his Murktide. Oh, man, I'm going to lose because of that. That was so stupid. I wasn't thinking about turning on stub. Yeah, that was a huge punt. Okay, I guess I have to play Nacatl now. But that was such a huge punt. Like, that's game losing. I'm so frustrated at myself. Okay. Well, we didn't play this league very well, so you can't miss like a play like that, right? Because I could have before damage, after blocks, before damage, bolt Murktide, he spell pierces it, I stub it, and his Murktide still dies. My Brawler dies, but that's okay because now I'm on board with a Nacatl, he's on board with the Shredder. I'm not in a terrible position, but now I am in a terrible position because I'm dead in 2 turns. Yeah, I can't believe I punted that hard there. That was so stupid. So his Murktide would be dead. He wouldn't even be able to do this attack. Yeah. Could have another Spell Pierce or Counterspell up. Oh my god, we got max punish for that. So am I just dead? 9 in the air, yeah. I'm just dead. Alright. I guess I have to hope he makes a mistake. No, I'm dead. Alright, so we lost, we punted there, obviously. It's a very tough way to lose. I think we still could have lost. Obviously, he can play Shredder the following turn. Like, we're not in an amazing position, but we're not losing. And that was, like, just such an obvious punt. I just didn't think that, like, oh, Stubb's turned on right now. So I'm just an idiot. Do I care that much about Tear Asunder on the play? Maybe less so than on the draw. I don't need misstep when I'm on the play. I guess it's really better on the play, though. I feel like I'm bringing in so many cards for this. From like 1 Brawler, maybe. Oh, man. That was so stupid. I hate losing games on punts. But yeah, I just wasn't thinking that, oh, Stubbs turned on. So I could have killed his Murktide. Would have been in okay shape, maybe, and we could have gotten our way out of that. So also, he like got very lucky that I didn't have Bowmasters at all that game. Going to 5. Going to 4. All right, this league might be a 2-3. Keep. Turn 1 stub. Let's see. So let's just think for a second. I think Binding probably goes. Stub plus Binding, maybe. Just hope for no. Actually, turn 1 monkey I don't care about. Because I have Bowmaster. Same with turn 1 DRC. Bobble. Doing the free scry thing. So probably no Shredder in hand and no DRC in hand. Or second Bobble. Or he has second Bobble in hand. I don't know what you would keep necessarily, though, if you didn't have either of those. Maybe it's just Blood Moon. Could be a removal spell for something. Okay, it's not. So he just goes Ragavan here. Ooh, very mysterious. Does he all consider, maybe? So he knew about the stub. No, he didn't know about the stub. I think he bobbled himself, right? Okay, what are our options here? Play Scion, probably it. Obviously, if he goes... It's a little annoying if he... I don't know what removal spell he would have to kill Scion for cheap mana. He would have to get Delirium, like now. You have to get Delirium off Consider, just a possibility. Could argue to hold on to Bowmaster, but I think the problem with that is he just like holds up Counterspell. But I guess if he goes like Consider, then I think he just has Blood Moon in hand. See if he has Shredder plus second Bobble. Okay. So, oh, I guess that is, wow, so he is going to have Delirium. That is 4 types right there. He goes Preordain, and then he just goes Unholy Heat. So maybe I was supposed to play Bowmaster there. Since no, okay. We're all right then. We're all right. So no Unholy Heat in hand. Binding is cool, but I think we'll just make this easier. Have fun drawing more cards with your deck. Can't believe we lost last game. That was such a bad play. Wasn't thinking. So what do they have in hand? So we know they don't have Unholy Heat. Oh, okay. As I was saying. But now what are they going to do? Play Murktide? Oh, yeah, dude. Draw those cards. Go for it, man. Do you have a third land? You don't. Or you don't have another play. Okay. Now we swing for 3 every turn. Play Temple Garden tapped. And then pass the turn. I have an answer to Murktide. So let's think about this, though. If I shock this in, I can pay for Spell Pierce. If he goes Murktide. If I don't shock it in, let's shock it in. I think he's most likely to go Murktide plus Counterspell here. Oh, iteration, okay. Getting around my my Orc token. Gets the Spiral of Canal. Nice tap land there. Plays Ragavan. Do I care about this Ragavan right now? I think we might just bind it now. I guess that's bad if he has exactly Murktide and I top deck like a Bolt. But it's better if I top deck a 2-drop. And no, I think we wait. Tear Asunder is not so good. Okay, let's go Binding on the monkey. And now we have SWD up. Well, not really up, but he's at 6. So I guess we don't have the answer for Murktide. You could argue I should have traded Bowmaster, but he also could have like a bunch of baubles and stuff in hand that he just can't use right now. And now if I draw one more land, I can Tear Asunder a Murktide. Okay, Shredder. Yeah, dude, Connive. Go for it. Kabu's good. I think we just go red-green, play Kabu. And oh man, you love to see it. Because guess what? I'm also going to Connive. Yeah, go ahead, dude. Connive with it. So now we have a 3/3. Obviously, I don't want to attack yet with it. Opponent's at 5. Can't really double spell. I mean, he can. Guess you just go like Blood Moon. That like would hose me most. But I feel like at this point, he just doesn't have it. Go Dress Down, I guess. I still feel like he would have done that, though. Unholy Heat on Kabu? Sure. Murktide? Double Murktide? I guess double Murktide would just hose me. I don't know what else I do with that about that, though. Petty Theft. Okay, yeah, Connive again. It's at 4. Looking for a top deck Tribal Flames. One card in hand. Monkey. Play Monkey. Wait. Can't really attack with it, though. It's kind of annoying. Like, I could dash Monkey. He blocks here, probably. Just grab Jegantha, too. Need a land to deal with the Electro Shredder. Maybe I should save the monkey to be able to double spell, force the Connive. Okay, iteration, sure. Maybe I could have put Jegantha to hand there, but no. I think once we get a 4th land, we'll be in okay shape as long as he doesn't just like top deck Murktide, but it's possible he also sided them out. But obviously he's... Get the Lightning Bolt. So now I'm feeling like he's got a million baubles and he's just going to try to kill this. And I get a token too. Thank you. I guess flash, right? Does. He's probably going to flash that in next turn. Land. Not a land. Okay. I could swing in and trade and put him, he blocks Monkey, he goes to 2. I don't think I gain much by doing that, though. Maybe that's correct, though. I don't know. I mean, he could still get out of this. Like I said, we need a 4th land for this Tear Asunder. And now he can just, like, dirtle away with, like, if he gets another iteration here or something, which looks like he did. Okay, dash Ragavan, okay. See if he just goes, Brazen Borrower here, I think he actually has nothing in hand. But I think that's a mistake to not do that. He could have connived again. I guess that could mean he doesn't want to get rid of the last card in hand, right? Okay, just going to keep doing this, huh? Another counterspell. Nope. All right, any day now we will find a land. Turn 9. So what does he have in hand? Counterspell? He would have countered that. I don't know what he has in hand. I don't know what his plan is. It's like something, I don't know why he wouldn't connive last turn. Just Unholy Heat or something. I feel like he would have used it. At some point he'll get a Murktide. But I have a lot of good top decks here. Dude, another, what the fuck is this? Fury? Okay. Kills one of my creatures, or do you have also a removal spell to wipe my board? Do you also have Bolt? No, you don't. At some point, you got to start attacking. Yeah, with the thing that can't block. Okay. So, what are the chances that he has like Spell Pierce exactly in hand? I could try to loot away something. What if we loot away Tear Asunder? Does that make any sense? I attack. Let's say he does have Spell Pierce in hand. I attack. I loot away Tear Asunder, get like a land. That's not great. He trades with Fury. Exiling a card doesn't accomplish much at this point. It's the worst if I loot away Tear Asunder and get a land. Okay, I'm not going to loot. Maybe that's incorrect. Now I'm supposed to try to loot in the stub or something. He's got like a million of every type. I guess we'll get rid of the sorceries or something. Maybe Bolt in case he's playing Breach. Yeah, that would have been smarter. Okay. It's giving me the chance to... What do I care more about, Fury or Ledger Shredder? Probably Fury. Actually, we'll do First Strike. Ledger Shredder is annoying if he like connives it. But Fury's more damage. Faster clock. So we kill Fury. Still has Ledger Shredder. I think we have to kill Fury. Faster clock. Do you have Spell Pierce? You do. Okay. Okay. So now if we draw land, we can still get rid of this Ledger Shredder. But we at least... He's in top deck mode. It's bad if you top deck just like another counter. Like just another Spell Pierce. Okay. We have to wait here. Maybe upkeep bolts. Does have exactly counterspell. Okay. You lose. I guess it's like the classic is misstep actually good in this matchup. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about having it. We just keep what we got. Do we want second Tear Asunder maybe? Over Rest in Peace, because it seems like maybe he trimmed on Murktides. Maybe he'll trim on Shredders now, though. I don't know. Okay. Back for the last game. Unfortunately, again, we punted in game 1. This hand's really good. I wish I had second land now. I could keep it and try to risk it. Turn 1, bolt. He just holds up nothing turn 1. I don't know. Keeping one layer is so risky. I think I'm going to go for it, though. We have a few turn 1 plays, like 2 of them. We have some really good cards in this matchup, as in Binding and Bowmaster. Come on, just play your threat turn 1. All right. We have 2 turns to draw a land. Perfect. Just what we drew up. Red, white, or red, blue? We go red, white. I need to get a green. I need to get a green source no matter what. Let's go red, white. Maybe you normally don't keep a one lander. I think this was maybe greedy. Like I could just lose this game and not draw a land in the next turn, and it's gonna be very hard to win. Especially if he just like goes Blood Moon or something. See if he goes Shredder plus whatever. Yep, Shredder plus Bobble. Yep. Now we're kind of in trouble, right? So I don't know. Generally the rule is never keep one landers. I guess on a 7 I really shouldn't. I just got greedy. If we draw a land here, I look like a genius, and if we don't, then I just probably lose. Please give me a land. Well, this is land. This is the most useless land. I mean, I guess I get a 4th type. I don't mean green mana. So if you just Blood Moons me turn 3, then that's what it is. What it is. Even if you Blood Moons me, I guess I can still trade Bolt with Shredder. Okay, that's a good sign for me. And I have 4 types, so I can Binding for 2. Gets Fiery Islet. Okay. So I can Binding for 2. So it's not over. If I get another land, obviously we're in really good shape. Get a green source here. Wait, I can't binding for 2. Red, white, black. I only have 3 types. Why did I get so greedy? Okay. Mildly build out there. Now we wait. The opponent just goes Murktide. Second Shredder that I can bolt. I would like a green source, please. Or actually a black. Oh, I have a... Wait a minute. I have a black source. Okay, I can play Bowmaster. All right, we're in this one. Didn't realize I could play Bowmaster. Just gonna jam it now in case he has Counterspell. Obviously, it would have been cool to like do something cool with conniving and all that, but 2 cards in hand. So if I get a green source and a blue source, we're in really good shape. At some point, I'll draw another land, right? Right? Okay. Murktide. Okay, Murktide. So give me another land so I can bind this thing. Sweet, just in time. Just in time. All right, so we're dead next turn if we don't draw a land. We might be dead next turn anyway if he just has Counterspell. Yeah, I guess we just got maximum punish for... I mean, we tried to play it out, but we had to draw another land. Right now, he just has Counterspell most likely. Or Spell Pierce. Spell Pierce I can maybe pay for depending on the land I get. Okay. So I can fetch Shock. Play Binding. Fetch Shock. Upkeep Binding. Doesn't play around Spell Pierce. I'm trying to think of how to do this on, like, maybe there's a chance he tries to crack that Fiery Islet. And I can get him that way. So let's think. If he has Spell Pierce, exactly, I lose. I can play around it by paying the cost. So I think we have to do this on our turn. If he has Counterspell, then I just lose. I accept my loss. If he has Bolt in hand, I don't lose. Right, I need green blue. Go to 4. Play Binding right now, because if I don't... Do you have Counterspell? Okay, he does not. Can we get out of this game? I just need him to brick a million times. Was it worth attacking with Orc Army there? Probably not, actually. Is that 12? Yeah, I don't know. Will we get punished for our greediness? Okay, he's got a lot of card draw here. He doesn't have a great way to kill Kavu right now, unless he has Dress Down. I'm dead to like 2 burn spells, so he could just have Bolt in hand and just try to find a second Bolt. But I couldn't really play around that. Okay, we're going to loot away one of these Nacatls. We're just going to attack with everything. Okay, not that helpful. Okay. It's a pretty good sign for me, actually. Question is, do I play this land? I probably don't. He's dead next turn no matter what. I can loot away the Steam Vents if he... only 1 green source. If this was like another green source, maybe I would. I think I'd rather loot it away with Kavu. All right, his window is closing. He's gonna try to thin his deck. Just need him to keep bricking forever. Okay. Again, I don't know. He doesn't have a way to kill Kavu, so the best thing he can do is get like Shredder maybe, or like a blocker. Or he had Bolt in hand and he tries to double Bolt me. And I just lose that way, I guess. All right. We almost got punished for our greediness. Was it the correct line? I don't know. I think for a 7, I shouldn't keep a 1-lander, even though it was like, oh, I'm gonna draw, these cards are all good. Because we saw how we kind of got punished for that for like multiple turns. And I could easily lost. My opponent just bricked for like 4 straight turns. That's what got me there. So I think ultimately, as good as the hand was, I don't think keeping a 1-lander 7 is correct. I think if that hand is a 6 or a 5, I'm probably keeping it. I'm definitely keeping it if it's a 5. I think even maybe a 6, you could be like, you know, you have 2 looks at a land, 21 lands on the deck, like, you know, and we did find the second land eventually, but, you know, we played Bolt, we played second Bolt, we played Monkey out of our hand. The issue was just we got 3 types instead of 4 types, so we couldn't play our binding in a timely manner, but we did eventually get there. So overall, 3-2, so not an amazing result. Again, we punted versus Murktide. I think Living End was just going to be a loss no matter what we did. I think I still keep that hand with an answer to Living End and some threats and just hope that I draw into more action. And then in game 1, that's the one where maybe, you know, could have made a difference if I played it differently. I'd have to rewatch that game because it was so close. So that's really what that comes down to. But overall, the deck, as you saw, like Bowmaster is very good against Murktide. I thought it's pretty good. I like having the 3 of in here. I think it just helps us to attack from many angles. Chain of the Rocks happened to be good that we played against 2 Murktides and Scam this league. No, maybe we didn't play Scam. So Chain of the Rocks is still good, obviously, against Murktide. So that's why I think it's looking now that there's, at least online, just because Preordained got unbanned, that seems like Murktide players have like come back. So Chained, I think, is also a good meta choice for that reason, where you're seeing a lot of Murktide and a lot of Scam still. So like both those decks, Chained is very good. So I think having the main deck makes some sense. But anyway, hope you guys enjoy this kind of content. Again, I'm just trying to always play as best I can. I think the sideboard I like. I'm not sure about Minor Misstep. You could maybe make the argument it's better to be a Reprieve. I don't know. They're like very close. The difference, I guess, would be that Misstep could come in against Murktide, but now I feel like we have so many answers against Murktide that, you know, I feel like I'm bringing Tear Asunder and I don't know what to trim on. Like, or I'm bringing Rest in Peace. So you're like, all right, I'm already bringing 4 cards for this matchup. And like, what am I cutting on? Because you used to trim on Brawlers, but like, we already kind of have self-trim Brawlers. Bowmaster is very good. Ragavan's still good. Like, it's nice to have pressure, you know, so I'm kind of like, I don't know that I want Misstep against Murktide. I ended up like, I think not even boarding it in a lot of times because, so maybe that's better as a Reprieve because Reprieve I think is a little better against, say, like big mana decks. You know, you can argue whether Misstep or Reprieve is better against Titan. Kind of depends on their hand and how much pressure you have, but I think Reprieve's probably better against Tron. So maybe that's the only thing I'd consider changing is maybe this is a Reprieve, but I don't know. It's very close. Obviously against like Living End being on the draw, something like Reprieve's or something like Misstep's much nicer. On the other hand, Reprieve lets you draw into stuff. So it kind of just depends. I think maybe if I play this deck in paper, I'm going to just go with Reprieve here. I think. I'm not sure though. But anyway, hope you guys enjoy this content, and if you like it, you can subscribe. I'll see you guys next time.